brothers of Delta Upsilon, please rise.
Hail Delta Upsilon, brotherhood glorious, justice thy cornerstone, true manhood thy goal. O'er all thine enemies forever victorious, hail Delta Upsilon, eternal soul.
You may be seated. Brother Examiner, these men who have accepted the fellowship we offer present themselves for admission into our brotherhood. He is ready to receive instruction in the solemn and irrevocable pledges which he is about to take.
It is fitting that you receive instruction in these pledges, so laden with responsibility and fertile in opportunity. They bring to you lifelong relations of friendship and of brotherhood, with duties you will not easily avoid, and with privileges you can receive on no other terms. This fraternity will serve as your college home. Those who dwell here will be your brothers, your counselors, and your protectors. Their influence will help to mold your character and your future. You rightly ask much of a brotherhood to which you give yourself without impediment or reserve. They rightly ask of you not to surrender yourself without full realization of the meaning and finality of the pledges you are to take. Before proceeding to such instruction, however, it will be first necessary to make certain preliminary declarations.
Please stand. Do you, on your honor, declare that you are a member of no college fraternity and are pledged to none but this? If so, answer I do after your name is called. Trevor Smith.
I do.
Do you also, on your honor, declare that you entertain no sentiment toward any member of this chapter that would prevent you from maintaining cordial and brotherly relations with him? If so, answer I do after your name is called. Trevor Smith.
I do.
Of those who would enter our fraternity, we ask two things: that they know our ideals and that they pledge themselves to help us realize those ideals. We have instructed you in the history and principles of our brotherhood. We have told you of the early secret fraternities, of the evil that attend their control of student affairs, and of the sentiment hostile to themselves, which they bred. We have explained the origin of the anti-secret societies at Williams, Union, Hamilton, and Amherst, and of the correlation between them, which in 1847 marked a vigorous advance of the Delta Upsilon. As time passed, the character of the secret societies so altered. The hostility towards them decreased. Delta Upsilon recognized this happier period by adopting the principle of non-secrecy in place of anti-secrecy. This modification of our ancient attitude must not be misunderstood. It meant no less hatred of evil practices in secret societies. It served to acknowledge the disappearance of those practices and sprang from a logical devotion to our basic principle taught in our motto of our fraternity, Takaya Eupatheka, justice, our foundation. Our first exercise in justice, the protest against secret societies, served its purpose and is no longer necessary. But the battles of justice are infinite, and her champions are ever needed to serve her cause, both in college and the world beyond. To forward the ends of enlightened equity demands knowledge and sympathy, the broad mind, the large heart. It is man's work to be done by those who have enjoyed the twofold education of intellect and character. We therefore form ourselves into a fraternity in order to advance justice, promote friendship, develop character, maintain and diffuse liberal culture, and to promote intellectual, moral, and social improvement. We have expounded to you our ideals because we believe them to be your ideals also. We bring you to your initiation, wherein you must pledge your allegiance to Delta Upsilon. You must promise to be faithful in every relation of brotherhood, and you must solemnly declare before many witnesses your determination to stand for the principles of our fraternity. And you must reflect that the spoken pledge is without purpose unless your life also exemplifies your words. Therefore, consider carefully that you may not approach unadvisedly to your initiation. The vows once taken are irrevocable. If you are not in thorough sympathy with our ideals, if you are not at all uncertain in your desire to become a member of this fraternity, you have now a last opportunity to declare yourself. As a manifestation of your willingness to accept the pledges required of members of this fraternity, you will now inscribe your name within the roll books containing these promises, which you are soon to make in the presence of our brotherhood.
Trevor Smith. And that concludes Rite 1.
Please rise and join us in singing.
We don't sing.
Oh, we don't sing. I'm sorry. And join us in congratulating Trevor Smith.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh,
Congratulations.
All right.
We just had like 48 hours in a meeting.
Really long intermission.
She warned me, and I took the heats, and I'm still going. Congratulations.